Welcome to the exclusive. I'm your host, Sharon Tharp. I'm very excited today to talk about episode 6 of The Traitors. I would say by far the best of the season. And I'm really excited about my guest today. He's a Survivor winner, legend, and a former Traitors player. It's Jeremy Collins. Jeremy, hi, welcome.
What's
How
up,
are you?
Sharon? How you been?
I've been great. Thank you for hopping on with me. I'm excited to chat because this is a great episode. What did you think?
What an episode. I am so excited. So I'm standing up watching it. You know what I mean? Like I'm standing in front of the TV. Val's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, are you not watching this right now?" It was wild. It was
Yes.
so good. It was so good.
It was so tense. I was like on the edge of my seat. And I kind of makes sense why they grouped the second or the last two episodes together, and then this one was like a standalone. I think
Yes. This
that
this
kind of
couldn't
makes
be.
sense more.
This was like multiple episodes in one in itself. You know what I mean? You couldn't add any more to this. This was a lot.
And honestly, only one person left too, and it was packed with stuff.
If you said to me that Ron was going to be going home, like before the episode, we knew Ron, everyone was on Ron.
Yeah,
And then if you
yeah,
say to me at the end of that episode, Ron goes home, I'd be like, I'm not even going to watch this episode. This is going to be a
yep,
ho hum episode. And it was the best one of the season. It
yep,
was
yep.
unreal.
That's so true. I was like, because Ron's been a foregone conclusion, and we'll talk about it, but you're not wrong. I was like, maybe this episode's going to be like sort of a dud, but no, I'm so excited to chat about it. Before we dive in terms of just how it's stacking up to previous seasons, and also watching now that you've played, how's it been watching it back?
So far this season, I've been like, oh, this is okay. You know, like it for me, these shows are all good. Survivor, Traitors, these are all good. Every season is good no matter what. But so far this season was just like, all right, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's but this episode was so good, and it's and I think next episode is going to be even better, and it's going to just start ramping up. So we'll see. Like the verdict is out on it so far.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. People, of course, probably want to know, you're very close to Natalie. Did you give her any advice? Or if you didn't, what would you be your advice to her going in there?
So my first thing was when she called me about going on the show, I said, do it. You have to do it. I said, the show it's such a fun experience. I said, it's not like Survivor when you're dying outside. You know what I mean? Like, this is a good experience. It's fun. It is stressful. And I told her, I said, just take it in stride, because the round table, for people that haven't been at the round table, it's a lot. Like day one, when you sit there and when Alan picks the Traitors, it's a lot. Like you could feel, I felt my heart racing, and I'm like, what? I'm like, Jeremy, dude, relax, man. Like, nothing
You've
happened
been
yet. You know what I mean?
you've been to tribal councils. You can handle it, right?
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, Sharon, it was wild. Like the music, it's just, it's, I don't even know. The whole atmosphere is different, and it just
Mm,
takes you to a different place, and the stress level is, it just ramps up. It's something else, you know. So
yep.
so I told her that. I said, just relax when you're out there, because it does get to be a lot, and it's a lot of mind games, and it's a lot of, like, it's just a constant tribal council. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. And it gets a little icky and personal sometimes because there's not much to go off of. So it's like tricky
Yes,
for
that's true. That is true
yeah.
too. You know.
Um, well, but we'll talk about, obviously, the entire episode. We'll go through it, but overall, how are you? Are you proud of Natalie? How do you think she's playing so far? Because she is outlasting the other gamers. I mean, her and Jam Jam are the only ones left.
Yeah, I mean, I knew Nat would do all right. This is kind of like up her alley. You know, she's very physical. I think that the Traitors, if she's wasn't a traitor, if she was a faithful, I figured the Traitors would keep her around just for the missions. You know, like
Yep.
she's a great at that. You know, and she's likable. You know what I mean? So I didn't feel like she would ruffle any feathers, and like, so I knew she would do fine. You know, unless
Yep.
I didn't know how she would be if she was a traitor. That traded being a trader is tough. So I didn't know how she would be if she was a trader. But other than that, I said she'll do fine. She'll do great.
Yeah, I was happy to see her as a faithful because she's coming out swinging and it's really been fun. Have you seen any of the San Juan del Sur edits with the Traitors with Natalie? People are like cutting together edits of like, just get together and vote him out. Like
I did see that. I did
yeah,
see
yeah.
that. Yeah, that's her thing. That's her style. You know what I mean?
I love it.
She's
It's
so good.
fun.
She's so good. I'm proud of her.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get into the episode. Let's talk about breakfast first. No one took a shield. I guess that wasn't that shocking, but do you think at this point in the game, the faithfuls, like, that was the right move for them?
I
Or
mean,
were you
right
yeah.
now it's fine not taking a shield. That's fine. Further on, I think from now on, I think people need to start taking a shield. After playing, I'm
Yeah.
taking a shield. I like there's nothing like being safe and sleeping at night. So when you're out there, the jet lag and you're you're not sleeping at night.
It's long days, right?
Long days, long
Yeah.
days. And so you get back to, I mean, I guess the audience knows how that you're not staying in the castle, you're going to a
Right, yeah.
hotel, you know. But you get back to the hotel and you lay down for a little bit and you're right back up. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. I don't even know where I was going with this. What were we talking about? I didn't.
Oh, just shields and, like, wanting to, yeah, get a shield, especially now that you played.
So yeah, so now that I play, like now I know the stress level and everything. I was safe for my first couple episodes when I played, and
Mm,
at the first time I wasn't safe, I was gone basically.
yep.
So knowing that now after I played, I'm like, I'm getting a shield every time. Like if you can be safe for the night, get a shield, get a shield, get a shield. Because you never
Yep.
know. The traders, they can do whatever they want, you know. It doesn't matter what you're doing out there, you know.
It's
They
out of
can
your
go after you.
control
Yeah, it's out of your
to
control.
some extent.
So take control. The control you can have is having a shield, you know. So get it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. We see people come in for breakfast. I've always wanted to ask, and I don't know if people have talked about this. Like, obviously, this is part of, like, the meta game, but the order that people come into breakfast, do they reshoot anything, or is everyone paying attention? Oh, the last few people were obviously up for murder. Do you think about that?
I think now people think when I played, I didn't think about it. I did.
Okay.
People that played with me, they might have thought about it, but I didn't even think about that. So
Mm,
after playing, I look, I'm like, oh, that's a thing now. You know, I didn't even see it then. It's probably always been a thing, but I didn't see that then. You know, um,
yeah.
I
I was curious.
I I will say that breakfast is a time when you want to get in and you want to be in there first so you could see everybody's reaction. You know what I
Yep.
mean? That's the biggest part of breakfast to me. The food is awful, by the way.
That's what I've heard. Why are people fighting over smoked salmon? Ew.
What is it with the salmon? What is it with
It's
the
probably
salmon?
been sitting there for hours too.
Cold toast? Like
No.
I,
No.
that's it's awful. The food is not good. But I remember I would get in and I would try to sit at an angle so I could see everybody's reaction across the whole table. So that's the
Yep.
biggest thing for breakfast. I didn't even look at the order. I just tried to see everybody's face. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
That makes sense.
A-
That
And
makes sense.
and watching it now. So when I played with, I saw the first day after after Ellen picked the Traitors, I saw Bob the Drag Queen, and he was so much. And I looked at him like, I got one. That's a traitor right there. And then I said, that's just Bob. He's extra. So maybe he's not a
Mm.
traitor. Maybe like I didn't want to, I didn't want to put it on him just the way because he's flamboyant and crazy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm looking at Rinna right now, and I'm like, Rinna's doing the Bob the Drag Queen right now. She's doing too much, you know?
Yep. Yep. It's funny now that I'm watching her act, like, she's not a bad actress, but she's so over the top. Yeah, you can't tell if that's just how she is, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yes, that's
it
like a
is tough.
Bob, you know? It's
Yes.
like so it'll be cool to see if she can get herself out of this, what she's in
Oh
right now.
man.
It'd be cool.
Yes, yes. At breakfast, Colton turns to Dorinda and he's like, he's on Lisa, and that's where it sort of starts. And I feel like Colton just has a sense of entitlement that's bothering me when
Uh-huh.
he talks about it. It's just a little smug, like, bro, you were wrong 2, 3 times in a row,
He's
and
wrong
we'll
every
talk.
time.
And listen, we'll talk about what happens later. But when Ron Funches told him, bro, like, just because no one liked Michael, okay, everyone's like, it's okay. But because I got out Portia, it's not. Like, I
Yes,
loved when he
that
shut him down.
it was
I loved that.
perfect. He did such a
Yep.
good we'll talk about the round table, but Ron crushed at the round table. He did not deserve to go.
I know, I know. We'll talk about it because I was very upset with sort of how he was being treated in the castle, and
Yeah.
I've seen some stuff online, and I'm glad he's doing okay. But yeah, so Colton is on Lisa.
Uh-huh.
Before the mission, they're all talking about Ron, and all Colton is doing is staring at Lisa, and Lisa's
Yeah.
obviously piling on Ron, and it's just this. I don't know. What do you take of Colton's gameplay so far? To me, it comes off like try hard. Like,
Yes, it is try hard. I feel, I mean, he's trying, he is trying hard. He's working hard out there trying to play. Um, I don't think he's doing a very good job. He's doing a little bit too much.
yep.
But that's good for the traders, so the traders will keep him around. So maybe that is it. That's his gameplay plan. You know what I mean? Like, is he trying to do that so that the traders keep him around?
Yeah.
I don't think it is, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know at this point what it is, but before the mission, people are sort of around the castle. We have a moment with Rob and Ron, which I really liked because Rob has really endeared himself to a lot of people. I'm liking Rob as a trader, but he's just very even keeled. He's not really changing his demeanor. He sits down with Ron to play chess, and he's feeling bad. He's like, I don't want to vote this guy out. What do you think of sort of Rob here going to bat a little bit for Ron?
I like it. I like it. It's a tough part of the game as a trader. You got to be cold hearted and just take out anybody, and that's the part of the game where feelings and friendships come into play. And now he's becoming friends with Ron, and that's tough to take out a friend in the game. You know what I mean? So I think Rob's playing great. I think he's sitting back and like he's not doing too much. He almost did too much when he was talking to Ron. It was very close to talking about, him being a traitor. I think that was a little bit too much, but he was able to pull it back. And right now, like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
Ron wouldn't go after him, and now Ron's gone, so it doesn't matter. So he's still in a really good spot. I think it's a great moment in this episode that bonding.
Yeah, I liked
it's
it.
awesome. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that moment where he brought up his own name. I was like, wait, why would you do that? Again, not because I think as a faithful, like, maybe you would say something like that, but I just feel like, Rob, no one has even, according to the edit, like, said your name. So, like, why would you even put that out there? I agree. I was kind of like, ooh, that could go bad.
And he asked Ron if he's heard my name, and that would come up as a faithful, as a trader, whatever. But he said no one's brought your name up, and then that should be it, done with. I don't ever want to talk about this ever again. You know what I mean? So he just kept going, and that was a little too much.
Yeah, I guess maybe he saw the writing on the wall with Rob, and he was like, it won't matter anyway. But I thought that was a little borderline. I was like, oh, Rob, keep it together. So also before the mission, we finally see Johnny come alive. We haven't seen Johnny in 5 episodes. He's like, you know what? We got to get a group of 8 together.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 people, Jeremy. There's a traitor in there somewhere.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Now when I played with, I was in the Landy, and who was it? It was Tony, Nikki, Gabby, and Bob the Drag Queen. And Bob actually said, can we all just get together and get this group to be one vote? And my survivor instinct is like, boom, we have an alliance. Boom, we have a voting block right now. We can do this. And I remember sitting in the Landy, and I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything at all. But that part of my game is like, oh, I have to. Like, this is it.
Numbers.
You got to get your numbers. And with Johnny doing 8, that's a lot. But I get it. I get him wanting to get a voting block, get a group of people together. Even if there is a traitor in there, that's fine. But if we can all get together and vote for this one, it's early in the game. Let's figure something out. And I feel him. But 8 is a lot. 8 is a lot.
It was a good instinct, and I was happy to see, okay, Faithfuls are finally like playing here, like trying, because I just feel like the last 5 episodes, it's been rough.
It's been bad. It's been bad.
Yeah. I like to see Kristen come alive too. I'm a huge Kristen fan, and she's just like, all right, Colton's, he's doing too much.
Yeah.
So I like this little group they're bringing in together, but all right, what do we think about Natalie here? Because Colton seems to really trust Natalie and vice versa. He pulls her aside and is like, I'm on Lisa. Pay attention to who sticks up for Lisa. And so Natalie's not included in that group of 8. I'm curious because I thought she was it's hard to tell from the edit who's close with who,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
does seem like Natalie is more aligned with Colton than sort of that other group. What do you think?
Yeah, that is true. I didn't even I didn't think about that. They didn't include her in the 8, did they?
Mm-mm.
That isn't good. I didn't even think about
Yeah.
that. Because that's a
Yeah.
big group to not be included in. But again, she does have Rob. So Rob is they included Rob in that, and she's kind of with him. So
Yep.
she might not be too far out of it, yeah,
Yeah.
that's I didn't even think of her not being in that group. That's not good.
Yeah, but you are right to say, like, we've definitely seen inklings of, like, Natalie and Rob working together. They seem very, like, pro mission. This little mission group, I feel like, is Natalie, Colton, Rob, and Steven sort of,
Yeah,
like, leading the charge. So
yeah,
maybe she'll be fine with a little, like, traitor angel
yeah.
there. But yeah, I was like, "Oh, Natalie's not being said.
That
Interesting.
and
Okay."
that's Nat's MO. When
Mm,
she's playing these games, she's gonna connect with, the bigger uh challenge
athletes.
guys. Yes, she's gonna go towards that. The if there's another strong female, she's gonna go towards that female, and that's how she's gonna bond in. So I mean, there are Olympic medalists, Olympic gold medalists that she could be linked up to. So
True.
she gotta do that. But figure skating isn't the beefiest and brawniest of sports. So I mean, I guess I see why she's not with them. But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, a couple other moments before the mission, we see Colton sit down in a room with Lisa in it and just be like, "Housewives stick together. Like, how convenient, Lisa. You're not wearing your
yes,
sunglasses." He is really going in
he's
on
on.
her.
He's on 10 right now. He's
What
on 10.
the I just don't listen. I love a good TV moment. I'm not even gonna say like for sure, bring it on. But like, it just seems so performative. Like you could see the like shit eating grin on his face when he's doing it. I'm like, ugh, I don't like. I like the drama, but I like hate that it's Colton. I don't know.
Does he just see himself as like, listen, I have one, and if I'm gonna put it out there so that everybody knows that I'm onto her, and if I die, she's going
Yes.
next, I could
Yeah.
see that. I could see that, that was kind of my mistake. Uh, I didn't go all out when I found I said I got a traitor. I got a traitor.
Yeah.
Danielle, I got her. And I would just grab one person, say, just watch this, watch her, watch her. And maybe if I was so Colton-ish, I
Yep.
would have stuck around a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
You basically got Monet. Like Monet did the same thing, right? Said uh Lisa's name to one
Yes.
one or two people, and they were like, "Oh, gotta get her, gotta get him out before he
Yeah.
says to more people." Same thing
Yeah.
with you. You said
Yeah.
Danielle subtly, like you said. So I guess it is a fine line of like you want to tell people you trust, but you also maybe you do go hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
So,
to
and the other thing is, like, at the round table, I was always saying, like, I'm gonna go after Danielle at some point, but I'm not gonna go. I use the Kaiser Soze thing. Like, how do you shoot the devil in the back? What if you miss? You know what I mean? So I'm
Mhm.
like, when I go after Danielle, I have to get her, and I didn't have the ammunition to go
Yep.
after her at the time. So I said, I gotta wait. I gotta get more people, and I thought I told enough people, but it
Planting
didn't.
seeds.
Yeah, it didn't stick fast enough. I mean, listen, we can go back to my season because I I had
You weren't wrong.
3 of the other traders with me. They were on my side. I had their backs, and they still got me. You can see, Sharon, I'm still like a little sour of grapes over that.
Oh man, I just wish you and Danielle were on the same, like working on the same side because I love you both. And I was like, damn it,
I
Jeremy, what?
know.
Don't say,
And, and we
yeah,
were, and we were. So this is the other thing. So for future traders, uh me and Danielle were really close. And then when I found out, I kind of like stepped back and I was just watching her from a distance more. And as a trader, she should have continued the conversation with me, and she didn't.
mm,
And that kind of solidified it even more, like, oh yeah, we're not on the same page anymore. And for my game, I should have been like, you know what, she's a traitor, but I'm gonna still continue this
yes,
conversation. So there's mistakes made on my part that I should have been like, I'm still on it. And then even if I'm saying her name, we're still good. And then when I want to go after her and take my shot, I could take my shot whenever. So that's for future traders. That's what you guys should do. Just keep the lanes of communication open, even if you know that they're a traitor, you know?
Yes, yes. I mean, listen, you played in an early season. I think every season that goes by, it's the people are going to get smarter and sort of game the system a
Yes.
little bit. So
Yes. I
we'll
will say
see.
this too. The other thing, it's so funny talking to you because I haven't talked about traders in so long, you know?
Yeah.
Going back, so my original Landy crew, it was me, Dorinda, Tom, and Brittany. And that was like our first day. So the first day we spent a lot of time together. We're in there
What a
talking and
group.
right. It's just weird. Brittany would actually let me know. She would tell me who everybody is because I'm like, I don't know anybody. I know the survivors. I know some Big Brothers. You know what I mean? I don't know
Yep.
anybody. So she would fill me in on everybody, you know. And while we would going back and forth and sitting there talking, once the game started, I was like, all right, I know these three. Let me move away from these three and go talk to some other people and meet other people and try to figure out if they're traitors, if they're faithful. And later on, at one point, I think all three thought I was a traitor because of the way I acted towards them. Like I think
you wanted to branch out. You wanted to branch out.
Yes,
yeah.
but they look at me like, oh, that's not Jeremy that was in the Landy with me for the past day. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So I'm pretty sure Dorinda thought I was a traitor, but I know for a fact Tom and Brittany thought I was a traitor. And I'm like, me? Like, what did I do to make you think I'm a traitor? You guys are the only ones that think I'm a traitor. And I'm closest with you guys right now because I've been with you guys. You know what I mean?
Oh
so
my
another
God.
thing for future traders, like that original card, you have to continue to stroke your friendships. You know what I mean? Continue.
It's like Ponderosa. You got to be playing the game at all times.
Yes, you do. Oh, don't say that. No, don't say that.
No. Never mind. Well, yeah, actually, let me ask you real quick about it, Dorinda, since you know her and played with her a little bit. What are your thoughts on her game so far? I mean, she's not doing too much for me. Like she's kind of just like there.
Yes. If I was out there again with Dorinda, I would think she's a traitor, but the way she's acting, you know, and she might have talked to people and said, listen, Dorinda, you did a lot the first time and you were out early. You need to take a step back. But the people that watched you play and they watch you on, you know, Housewives, and they know how, you know, big you are. Yes. And now they see you like this. I would think she's a traitor. 100%. I would be on her.
Yeah. I think Rob even said, also just mathematically, like, or statistic, whatever you want to call it. Like if you're bringing Dorinda back and you want to protect her, you make her a traitor.
Yes.
So I get the logic there for sure. The only other thing I wanted to say before the mission is in the car, Colton, you know, tells his car, okay, listen, I'm on to Lisa. We got Dorinda in the car, I think Tara, and then obviously Rob. How does Rob play this? I feel like he just goes, it's possible, which I think is smart. But what do you think about how he plays it in the car with that?
I think that's just what you do. You just, you know, chime in like, I could see that. I could see that. I'm going to keep my eye on that. You know, like I'm going to keep my eye on that. He doesn't want to do too much. And he doesn't want to give nothing. You know what I mean? He just wants to give little tidbits and just say, I'm on to that. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. That's a good point. That's great that you saw that, Colton. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I didn't even think about that.
Feed his ego.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Colton was very pointed. He specifically goes, Rob, what do you think about this? And I feel like that was very intentional. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Was it intentional? Like, I don't know.
It's hard to say. I guess you're right. But like for me as like someone who watches games, I would assume like, I don't know, it just seemed pointed, but you're right. Maybe it was just because those two are close apparently. Yeah. So maybe it's not that weird. But we get to this mission. Did you guys have a creepy cabin mission in your season?
There was. I didn't make it to that. Thanks a lot, Sharon.
I'm sorry.
Salt in my wounds. No, there was something. There wasn't because I wanted to get to that cabin. Like that's.
Did you?
I was like, yes. Like
no, Jeremy.
I love challenges. I love missions. I have so much fun with those. So I want to experience everything in these games. You know, I don't do a lot of the games. You know, I don't do like the challenges and all that stuff. So like any game I'm on, I want to experience every part of it. You know, and I wasn't able to experience, you know, everything I wanted on Traitors, but that was one of them. I wanted to be in that cabin. I think what did they do? They had a scary doll thing in my season.
Was that the one Tom was?
That was one of them. That was one of them. There was another one. They had a couple of them in the scary cabin.
In the cabin. Okay.
Yeah. That one, one this season was fun though. I thought it was really cool.
I agree. I thought maybe the game mechanics of like running out and like saying wasn't like that exciting, but I thought like the dramatics was fun.
Yes,
Like I
yes.
liked the
And the
creepiness of it.
riddles, I thought the riddles
Yes.
were really cool and
Yeah,
stuff, and
yeah.
then,
I
you
was
had to
into it.
run out. Yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool. That part was cool.
Our girl Natalie, I love it. As soon as she sits down, she's like, "All right, what are we doing? Are we taking
Yeah,
shields?
yeah.
What's going on? Anyone that takes a shield, you're getting banished." Which Mora later brings up, which scared me a little
Yes,
bit.
yes, yes.
I was like, "Oh shit!" Like Mora maybe is keeping an eye on Natalie. I don't know
And
what's going on there.
Mora also said something about Jam Jam because Jam Jam was wanted to get a shield. He said, "Should we get a
Yes,
shield?"
with
And
her.
Mora said something. So I'm like, we got to watch Mora going after the survivors, the last two survivors. You know what I mean?
And she's
But
in with that other crew, so I'm like a little
yes,
worried.
yes, yes. That's scary. That's scary. I don't know how big of a voice she has yet. You know, she does seem kind of like, you know,
Demure, yeah.
yeah, doesn't have she's not a Colton. You know, if that was Colton, it would be you'd be in trouble right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
that's
she's
true.
kind of she's just doing a little bit here and there. So you might have some time to like to fix that, you know.
Yeah. But Natalie, this is who Natalie is, and it does come off faithful because listen, she's just trying to win,
Yeah, I
get the
think
money.
everybody sees that too.
Yes.
I think it's pretty easy to read that and say, okay, that's Nat. You know what I mean? That's how Nat is all the time in every game. That's who she is, you know. Um, and I know her, so it's easy for me to say, but I feel like it's easy for other people to pick up
I
on
mean, Ron said it, right?
yeah,
At the
did he say
end.
that? Did he say?
He
Yeah,
goes,
he did.
"Natalie, you're
Yes,
exactly
you are who
who."
you are. Yes, you're right. He did.
He
He
nailed
did.
it.
He's so good. He had such a good night in that round table. I'm so
I
bummed.
know. I'm so excited to talk about that. Real quick, I want to talk about Jam Jam real quick because you did mention him with the shields and him wanting to get a shield. What have you thought about his gameplay? Because I'm actually surprised by how he's playing. I guess I went in thinking one thing, and I'm not saying he's playing bad by any means. He's still there. But yeah, he's very
How did you think he was going to play?
I thought he was going to be more quote unquote strategic and want to play with the gamers where we could listen, this is the edit. We don't know what we're seeing, but like
Mhm.
it didn't seem like he was super connected to Tiffany, Rob, Ian, and even Natalie. At this point, it does seem like they're sort of working together. It's hard to
Yeah.
tell though,
I,
right?
so going out there and playing, it is very nerve wracking. And seeing him out there, you could see that the nerves are getting to him. So I don't know. Like you would think that he would want to stick to the gamers, but he is to me. He's just doing a lot,
Mm.
and not he's not doing anything really good. He's just too nervous out there, and that's a
Yeah.
big red flag for me. You know, as a gamer, I would be looking at him and he would be in my sights to be like I need you to tighten this thing up if we're going to be working together as survivors.
Yep.
And he's not doing that right now. So
Yeah.
he gotta figure it out. But in his defense, it is very stressful out there. It is tough. It is really tough. I
Yeah.
tell
I
everybody, I get calls from other survivors and say like, "Hey, how'd you like Traitors? Should I do that?" And I say, "Listen, it is so fun, but it is so stressful. It is a tough." And I wasn't even a traitor. Like,
can't imagine being
I
a
can't
traitor.
imagine being a traitor. But like
No.
just being a faithful, it's tough. The game is so hard.
Yeah, yeah. And listen, I'll give it to Jam Jam. Listen, Michael's gone and no one said his name this episode. Like Jam Jam had some heat and now it seems like he
Oh
doesn't,
yeah,
right?
and that just like that. Just off it.
So,
But the game does move. I think uh Rob, what is it? Who said that? Rob said that. He said this game moves. He said it
yeah.
to Ron. He said, I wouldn't be so sure that you're going home. This game moves fast, and it does move fast. The game is so fast, like through one day seems so long, but it's boom, 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 boom. It just keeps jumping from one thing to another. It is a very fast moving game. So
Yeah,
he's right about that. So
that's
you know,
true.
you could have all you have to do is just escape the moment. If you can get through the moment, you can get some momentum and move on. You know what I mean? Like, but
Yep.
you got to watch out for that the murderer, you know, that axe coming down on you.
That's
You got to
true.
be careful, you know.
Yeah, sadly you know too well about
Oh
the
my God,
that.
in the coffin. Oh.
Never forget the coffin.
Never forget the
Oh
coffin.
my god. Okay, so yeah, the mission was fun. They, no one took a shield. I think they banked a decent amount of money, but like what it is what it is. We
Yeah.
get back to sort of the round table, or before the round table. This is really when Rob is having a hard time about banishing Ron, and he's starting to plant the seed in front of Lisa and Candace in the
Yeah.
kitchen. Was that smart to be like kind of, because they didn't get to talk it seemingly alone. It sounded like he wanted to plant that seed of like, hey, I might throw a different vote out there, but I don't know.
I don't think it's smart to do it out in the open like that. I think you should give them a heads up that,
Yeah.
or at least one of them. All you need is one. If you can, if he as a trader, if you find another trader that you are closer with, confide in that trader. Get a little a bond between that trader, and then let them know, like, listen, I might have to say a little this, but it's just to help my game to. I would never go back on you. Don't worry, we are good. But I need to show everybody that I am a faithful, and if us three stick together, it doesn't look good for us faithful. So I need to show everybody I'm a faithful, and I have to do faithful things, and that's one of them, and it doesn't look good to the other traders, but I feel like you have to do that. If you want to win, then you got to do that. You want to take out the traders at some point anyways. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, that's what I want to talk about, because it's like it's been a couple episodes. I mean, Donna Kelsey feels like days, like weeks ago.
I forgot about
like,
her.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, no offense to her. What did you think about that secret trader thing?
I mean, I thought the secret trader thing was cool. I think that I don't think she was the right person for it.
Yeah.
I think that someone else could have it could have been
thrived.
Yes, it could have been a lot better. Like you put up no, I didn't even want to say Boston Rob, because Boston Rob would have jacked that up.
Oh God.
About Donna Kelsey?
Oh yeah, no, I just felt like it was so long ago that they kind of do need to give up not give up a trader, but like now that Lisa's name's coming up, I'm understanding why Rob's like torn. And also the only other name other than Ron is Colton, who is also an ally of Rob. So he's kind of in a shitty position here. But yeah, I thought the kitchen scene was a little, they were freaking out.
Yeah, to your point, you need to get rid of some traders at some point, and the faithful are clueless what's going on. So yeah, it might be time to throw out some hints and get the ball rolling on Lisa. It might not even go now, you know what I mean? It could be down the line, but you need to start that momentum, you know what I mean? And then and then you, once Lisa's gone, then you could pull in another trader that you want to work with even more. You know what I mean? That you can figure something out even better.
That's true. Because I get torn about like whether you want a friend in the turret or you want someone to throw under the bus. I always I'm not sure which one you want.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, because does he need Maura in the turret? You know what I mean? Like probably not, because Maura.
No, definitely not Maura. Yeah, definitely not Maura.
I'm trying to think who else.
But like, why not get someone that like a Nat that is like a challenge beast? You know what I mean? Or see if you can get Colton in there. If Colton gets in there, now you have a big mouth that everybody is going to be like, he's a traitor. So then he can go. He's going to be gone soon anyways. You know what I mean? So like, all you want to do is just keep getting these people in and out, get them in and out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, this is the first crack we're seeing it. And I was talking to a couple other people about this. This season, the traders have been loyal to each other up until this point, which we don't really see, especially your season.
Oh my God. Mess. No. Oh my God. I wish the traders on my season were a little bit more loyal to the people that are outside that have their back. You know what I mean? Like, I had their back. Let's talk about that again.
I mean, listen, I still don't know why. I get why Danielle, because you said her name, but Rob probably could have went to bat for you there. But yes.
Do you know the night that I went home, I was walking down the hall and I was talking to Rob, and he was like, "What do you think?" And Danielle walked by us, and I said, "I think that one right there." And he's like, and then he just went right past it, and we started talking about other things. And I was like, "Yo, we're good. So there's a whole bunch of things that it still drives me crazy that I went back. And when I'm in the casket, I hate to go back and do all this, but
No, I
like
was so
we're just
curious.
talking, Sharon.
But
We're
yeah,
just
fuck
talking,
it. Go.
bro. When I was in the casket, I was sitting there thinking, like, I want to just yell out, if I go home, I only said one name. If I go home, that's the person that sent me home. And I don't know why. I was just like, no, I'm
Oh
not gonna
yeah,
say
because
it. I'm
that
not
could
gonna
have
say it.
probably helped.
What?
Yeah.
And then again, so then I think about that and I say, now if she wasn't a traitor, the traitors would be like, all right, we'll just kill
That's
Jeremy, and
true.
then
It's
everybody thinks.
so
So I'm like,
easy to
yeah,
it's easy to play that Monday morning quarterback of
yeah,
like, oh, what if this, what if that? I mean, you were in a tough spot. I think like it wouldn't have been bad probably for you to be on Danielle and you still be there and be working with Rob. Like that's not
yeah.
bad for Rob.
No, not at all. Not at
But
all.
maybe
Because
it was
because
just
you
so
got it.
early.
You have to get rid of Danielle at some point. Rob has to get rid of Danielle.
Mm,
So like if he did what's going on right now, just throw out the little tidbit that Rinna is a traitor. He could have
mm-hmm.
thrown out the tidbit. Oh, maybe Danielle is a traitor. Then I would have been
Yeah.
safe and whatever.
Yeah. Damn. All right.
I
Well, I want
love
to
this.
ask.
I love
Yeah,
this.
no, it's fun to talk about and play out these scenarios. One thing we've not seen before, and I want your take on this, is Colton sits down with Lisa and
Mhm.
just basically threatens her, or is like, what he goes, instead of trying to banish a traitor, I'm going to try to hold one hostage. I don't know if
Yes.
that's the right wording you want to use, Colton, but we've never seen this
I'm not
before.
even hip on all that until like the other night. I just found out about all this.
Yeah, even Lisa Rinna's like seeing stuff on TikTok. She's like, "Wait, what?" Like
Yeah.
so people are very clueless about Colton's past, which is his own thing. We don't need to talk about that. But
Yeah.
yeah, what do you think about the move here? He sits down with Lisa and he basically is like, "You protect me in the turret, I'll protect you at the round table," which I would never trust him anyway to do that, but this was crazy because it's almost like we're getting to the point where like, and he even says to her, I know you can't say. That's a little bit of the metagame coming out of like, I
Yeah,
know the
yeah,
rules are you can't tell me, but like,
yeah.
what'd you think about this move from
I
Colton?
don't think it's a good move. I don't think it's a good move
Mm,
at all. Like, yeah, I mean, that's just I don't know if he's trying to be too cute or whatever it is. It's just not. I don't see the logic in it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that she's gonna say, "Okay, we're good, we're good." There's no that doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
no,
I
no.
don't know. I just didn't see the logic, and I think but he does play hard. You know what I mean? He does
Yes.
play hard. So
Yes.
this might just be him just doing his thing, but it's just it wasn't a good move to me.
Yeah, I think like it listen, maybe it could have worked on someone else. Lisa Rinna's not the person to say like threaten basically. Like
But
she's not gonna take
who's that working for?
You're
Like I
right.
don't.
I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic of like I didn't mind him trying something new that we haven't seen before in terms of like playing the traders. Like
Yeah,
I think it's cool to see like someone trying something new. Like a sort of like when
like a
Pete
trader angel.
like yeah, or when Pete tried to like use the shields to catch people. Like I think
Yeah, 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 yeah.
the evolution of the game is interesting to me, like someone trying to pull this move. But you're right. I think in most scenarios this would never work.
Yeah, I just
So
don't see it. I don't know. I just don't see it.
yeah, yeah. Do you think Lisa handled it well or not really?
She did fine. She did fine. I mean, what's she gonna do? She has to say, "Listen, I'm not a trader. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Mhm.
you're barking up the wrong tree. Like, that's not me." So I feel like she did fine.
Yeah. I feel like, to be honest, Colton doesn't I mean, other than Lisa, like, what does he have on Lisa? He has that Porsche vote that people keep talking about,
Yeah,
which is something. Natalie brings it up too. I just don't know, like, I guess they don't have enough on anyone else, so like that's very
something
damning.
has to stick. That's true.
Is
If you
that
don't have
is that
anything, you got to go. You reach for anything. Yeah.
yes. And I guess I don't know if it was Rob who was talking, Rob Cesternino, but like, were you thinking a lot about who's voting for who, like the entire time?
Not the entire time. I
Okay.
was I wasn't there for that long. So like at the beginning, I'm just trying to like I was playing it slow, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I was like, all right, I don't want to step out of bounds yet. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't I didn't think that far ahead. I don't know. I think that you I don't know. I wasn't thinking that
Yeah.
far. I wasn't thinking that far
Yeah.
ahead. No, no.
I like yeah, if I was in there deep, I probably would be like going back to the certain votes because you don't have much else to go off of. You're like, okay, why did this person vote this way? But yeah, it just seems like Colton doesn't have that much on Lisa, but now that she's acting a little sus, like now it's starting to make sense. But yeah, he says he's like, listen, I'm gonna go vote for Ron. I'm not gonna bring it up at the round table. But obviously, now that we get the round table, shit goes crazy.
Uh-huh.
everyone's silent at first. Like no one seems to want to talk. And Mark speaks up for the first time in
Yeah,
6
yeah.
episodes. Thank
Yes,
you.
yeah,
Thanks, Mark. Welcome.
yeah.
Welcome to the party. Um, and he says, he's going on about Ron. And Ron, I love what Ron said here. Ron says, listen, every single person here has made a mistake and
Yes.
voted wrong. And for some reason it's still on me. I liked what Ron did here. I think I think it was too far gone at this point, but I do think he defended himself well. And I said last week I didn't love how he spoke to Dorinda previously, but I also, we didn't see everything that Dorinda said to him,
Yeah,
apparently saying
yeah.
this. But so I like that he also was like, listen, we can't interact without being, respectful to each other. Like I think Ron was handling himself well at this
I
roundtable. I
thought
don't know.
Ron. So first, when at the beginning of roundtables, it is a silence like that, like
Yeah,
nobody's talking
it's
because nobody
awkward
wants
as
to step
hell.
out. It's weird. It's very weird. But yeah, once they start going, I thought Ron did awesome. I thought he did not deserve to go home. He did everything right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he said to Colton, he said, well, "Oh, but you got more people wrong than me." You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was perfect. And Colton's just sitting there like, he's right, and everybody's around saying he's right. Like
Yep.
he did such a good job. He was up top to bottom. He did good. And then when he threw it all out there and said, "You know what? I'm done. I realize that everybody's coming after me.
That was
Everything I'm
sad.
saying right now is not going to help. So let me just go and say my goodbyes."
It
That
was
was
like
beautiful.
eulogy. It
Yo,
was
it was
a eulogy.
beautiful. It was like beautiful gameplay. Even if he wasn't trying
That's
game that
true.
as gameplay, it was beautiful. And it was, yeah, it was a
It
eulogy.
worked.
Everybody's sitting there like, this isn't a traitor. This isn't a
Yep.
traitor. What are we doing? You know? And you're
Yep.
supposed to try to get traitors. I feel like Mark should have flipped his vote.
All right. Yeah. Some of these votes really surprised me. Because everyone's like, okay, we're gonna vote for Colton. Mark ends up voting for Ron. Maura votes for Ron. We knew Candace was gonna.
Yeah.
Steven voted for Ron. All these people that were supposedly in that group. I get why people, and we'll talk about Lisa. I get why people switched to Lisa. Like I'm actually not that shocked that Natalie switched because now we're seeing her and Colton are friends.
Yeah.
But some of these Ron votes still surprised me. I'm like, you're looking at this guy give this eulogy. He's clearly not. I mean, even Tara finally talks and is like, Ron is not a traitor.
So what they were all saying was, we need to clear this to get
Yeah.
more clarity. And I
Yeah.
feel like that was clearing it. Everyone was like, he's not a traitor. That cleared it. So why get rid of him? What they should have just moved on from then. You know what I
They're
mean? Like,
wasting too many roundtables on
yes.
faithfuls that they know aren't.
Yes.
Like Michael, they should have known wasn't a traitor either, but they didn't. So
I think Michael was a different story. I think like at some point, like
he's just annoying.
he's just doing too much.
Too
If you do
much.
too much, you got to go. You got to go. You're not helping the situation. So we have to addition by subtraction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But like after that, like we have to start getting these traders. You know what I mean? We got to start moving this game. They're just picking us off. It's not. This isn't how the game's supposed to be played. You know, we need to get one of these traders now. You know.
Yeah, yeah. And I have to give Ron his flowers too for what he said to Colton. I think I wrote it down. He was just like, we don't like Michael, we don't count it, but because we love Portia, we're still on me.
Yes.
I don't feel that's fair. Any other questions? I
Yes.
thought that was amazing.
That was a mic drop. It was beautiful. He did so good. So this is when I'm standing up. I'm like, yo,
Yes.
I'm like, oh, perfect, yo, that's great, yo. And I really thought, I was like, he was gonna be saved because of how he did this, you know.
And
it was
Colton,
perfect. He was great. He was great.
Yeah, and so everyone's on Ron, and then Kristen starts on Colton, and then that's when we start seeing people talk about Colton, and I could see on Colton's face, I think he was scared. I think he was like, oh shit, like, because people were coming at him, and I don't think he was ready for it.
Yeah. And
he looked shocked.
There is something to that at the round table too. When you feel good, and then the names start coming at you, like you could feel the tension, you know, you could feel it. It's so wild, Sharon, the emotion and the tension in that room. It is crazy.
How long do these usually go, these roundtables?
It was, I mean, the beginning, it was, you know, roughly an hour and a half or so, you know.
Okay.
Some of them are a little bit longer, you know, it could be anywhere between an hour and 2 hours, I would say.
Okay. Wow. And so once Alan starts walking is when you know, okay, we got to wrap it up soon.
Yeah. Yeah, you could
Okay.
see him. He's hold on, my phone.
He's lingering. Let's talk about Colton getting some heat at the round table.
Okay.
Um, you know, he's getting a lot of heat, and I think he's starting to realize he's getting votes. And that's when he was like, do you think that's when he was like, I have to give my, like, throw out Lisa here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now
Okay.
it's time. It's self-preservation mode. You have to get it off of you. And all right, Ron clearly swayed people his way. So now
Yeah.
we have to go. I have to say, now it's time. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like Colton wasn't gonna Colton was doing what I was planning to do and
Holding.
not going after Danielle yet. And so he was gonna do it. Now, if they start jumping on Jeremy, I'm going after Danielle immediately. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
I feel like that's what he did. That was the only move. That is the move, and it's the only move that he could have done. And
Yes.
I think he did a pretty good job, going after her. You know what I mean? He did well.
Yeah, I think so. I think, and she later brings it up. I do think it is tough when you go in with a preconceived notion of how someone is, and then when they act differently. Like, I don't know if that's like the best evidence, but I get why he was saying that, I guess, to
Yeah.
an extent. Um, and also they keep, Natalie even mentions they keep going back to that first vote with Portia, which, listen, I actually do think that was a mistake on Lisa's part voting for
Yeah.
Portia there. It
Yeah.
just didn't, that was way too early. It didn't make sense.
Yeah. And that said it. And that said, there's no way
Yeah,
that I'm voting a survivor the first episode. Like, there's no way. We're not doing it. You stick
no,
with your
people.
people. Yeah. Just don't do it.
Yeah, and Candace comes out here and tries to defend her. I think it works for Candace. It doesn't come off super suspicious just because
Yes.
she's another
She's a
housewife.
housewife. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that was fine, right? Like,
Yeah.
um, speaking of Candace, real quick, how do you think she's playing?
I think she's playing fine. She's like, I feel like uh Rob is doing very little to have any sus on him. I think Rinna is doing a lot, and I think Candace is right in the middle. She's
Yep.
kind of like she's fine. Nobody is on her or anything like that, and she's in a good
Mhm.
spot. I think she's playing fine.
Yeah, yeah. How do you think Lisa did defending herself at the round table with Colton?
And she did her thing. I think
Mm,
if anyone's on the fence and you're like, all right, maybe that is just how she is. Maybe she's a lot, but she's pulling back right now. And if you want to bring this out, we could bring this out. I could flip it anytime. Yeah, that was good. That was a good response.
mhm. So when we get to the votes, Rob is clearly struggling publicly. Is this a good move to, like, show your emotions like that, show you're struggling? Does that plant seeds of he's definitely more of a faithful now? Like, I actually don't hate this from Rob, but talk to me also about actually voting for Lisa. Was that the right move?
So all right, so his emotions, I think that's very good. I think
Yeah.
yes, it's showing that he's just all over the place. He doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know the faithfuls. I mean, he doesn't know which traitors are which, and he's just up in the air, and it's perfect.
Yep.
I do think it was a good move. I think
Okay.
that what you do is, if my survivor game is always, I can always get you back if you're my ally. I could always
Mm,
work with you back. You know what I mean? If you're not my ally, uh, I don't have you anyway. So how am I going to get you back? So they're allies as traitors, and I can go to you and say, Lisa, listen, I needed to put that out there. I knew you weren't going home. You were not. It was closer than I thought, but I
mhm.
knew you were not going to go home. And I knew my vote wouldn't count, but I needed to clear myself as a faithful. And then don't worry, we are still good. I'm still going to work with you to push a game. Anybody on you, I'm getting them off you. Trust me, I got your back. But I needed to play my game a little bit as opposed to just playing your game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think obviously they don't get to go to the turret, but and he tries to explain it a little bit. I do think he needs to smooth that over, but I kind of agree. I just think he got unlucky that it was actually very close. Like, had it
Yes.
been not as close, it might have not been
Yeah, it
as
wouldn't
big
have
of a
mattered.
deal.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was close. I also thought Lisa probably should have. I don't know if you missed this or if anyone else saw this, but like when Rob voted for Lisa, she just looked disappointed.
Yes.
And I'm almost like, it was very different than other people voting for her, and I
Yes.
would have caught that. Like, wait,
Yes.
did
Yes.
you see that? She just
Yes. Yes. I agree. I agree. Like it was
I
it was it was like her heart was broken. Now, are
yes.
they showing that they're close amongst everybody else? Like if they're not showing that, then that's a big red flag. If they're close,
then
then
it's not. Yeah, you're
it's
right.
not a big deal, you know? Like
Yeah.
Chriselle and Nikki, like it really bothered
Yep.
Chriselle to vote for her, you know, and because they were close, so you kind of
Mm,
knew, all right, that hurts her to vote for her. Um,
yeah.
but if
Ugh.
you know, they could have been traitors, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if they weren't close in the public, you would be like, boom, those two are traitors, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that group of 8 fell apart. Colton got some votes on Lisa. I think he probably already had Natalie before the round table. If
Yeah.
Natalie probably had it, but like actually Eric voting for Lisa was kind of random.
Did he? I don't even.
Yeah, he,
I mean, like,
he's kind of all over the place. The man with the
yes,
magic ears.
that was so bad.
It
That
was
was
so bad.
so bad.
Did you
Oh,
see he put out like a video on TikTok like with Mark Ballas dancing to like a song? Like
really? Oh my
they're
god.
making it into a thing. It's kind of funny.
Oh
Oh,
god.
it's crazy.
No, that
Um,
ain't the magic ear.
but yeah, after the round table, Lisa and Colton are still getting into it. She's like, I'm so much more than a housewife. I'm Lisa fucking Rinna.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's
Colton's
good.
now
I think that was
yelling.
good too. I thought that was good too.
Yeah,
Like she's like
she played
now
it.
she's solidifying herself as like, listen, I can do what I want. You know, this is how I play my game. If you want me to be me, I'll be me, you know, and that could work, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, it's working for her. It worked up until this point. I think that is her character. So like she's not I think she's still gonna have sus, obviously.
Yes.
But what did you think about Colton announcing that he's gonna go for every shield if he's like, traitors, kill me if you're here because I'm gonna go
Uh,
after. It's too
I
much.
mean, it's too much. It's too much. I don't mind going after Shields. I really don't. I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like you should go after Shields. Like we have to like put like to have the traders have free run over everybody. It's too easy. You know, like you have
Mm,
to put some pressure on the traders to make a decision over certain people. And that way you can figure out who the traders could be even more. You know, if they have everybody, you know, you never know. Like they can pick whatever, you know. But
yeah.
if you have to pick, you know, if there's 3 housewives and a gamer and the gamer's out, now you're like, oh, boom, we have some housewives over there. You know what I mean? So like you want
Exactly.
to
You
kind
gotta
of
play
like,
that a little bit.
yeah.
Well, I don't mean to be hyperbolic, but like I keep saying or seeing that people are like, this is the worst group of faithfuls. I feel like we hear this every season, but do you think this group is pretty bad or
This is pretty bad. This is
yeah.
pretty bad. I think, but I do think that the traders did a good job getting like Rob. If you get
Mm-hmm.
Rob Ciccinino out, that helps you a lot because Rob's smart and he knows the game and he's gonna get people. So like if you get some of these faithful that can figure out the game, get them out quick as possible, and then yeah, that's our season ended with some tough faithful too. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
had some people that they didn't
Lord
have
Ivor, I'll call you out.
yeah, man. And that's my
Who are
man.
you?
He was great. He was great out there. But like, no, he didn't know what was going on. You know what I mean? He
No.
wasn't, you know, I don't know.
Dylan Efron and Gabby or whoever else won just gave him a little check.
Yeah, you know,
Consolation
who else? Who
prize.
else wanted and Dolores. Dolores was there too.
Dolores. Um, okay, well, actually, real quick, that you brought up Rob, what did you think? I'm curious about the conga line situation. Are you in that castle? Are you very much aware of like, wait, why are they like, why are we hanging out around here? Like, are you like, we should be wrapping up? Like, are you thinking about that too? Because it seemed like that's what tipped Rob off. He's like, why are we just like not going to bed?
There's so when I went home, when I was in the casket, I remember it was a longer night than we thought. And I'm like, what are
Mm,
we doing? And then I remember seeing in the hallway our jackets were hanging up. And I was like, why are our jackets down here? Like, what's going on? So then you start to see something is going on, you
got
know.
it.
So but Rob is, and I was too late to even see it. I saw it like right before we went out. Rob was on it and like, there's gonna be a murder in plain sight. We got stay away from everything. And I think
That
the
was funny.
game is going to keep evolving, and I think people are just going to get better and better.
Yep.
Yeah, but Rob is ahead of his time. Like I told Rob, I
Yeah.
said, Rob, you were too good for this game, man. You were just too good. You're too smart. Like they had to get rid of you. What are you going to do? You know?
Yeah, he just got, also it's a season of no gamers in the turret, which I figured was
Yeah.
coming soon, um, but yeah, speaking of the turret, there's no turret tonight, so they had already, I guess, been told that there's going to be a murder in plain sight at this big
Yes.
banquet. Uh, one, they don't get to talk and settle their differences because Rob and Lisa are still obviously, Candace and Lisa are probably not thrilled with Rob. But what do you think about this? Because obviously Lisa, I do think, is probably the only one that could wear this weird brooch and pull it off.
Yeah, I mean,
But
how do
you make this
I guess so.
happen?
Candace can't pull that off.
I mean, Candace could, I guess. Yeah, depending on the outfit. I just feel like Lisa's so over the top, and Candace doesn't have sauce on her. I'd rather Lisa do it.
Yeah,
If I were Candace.
this is the right move. Lisa,
Yes.
I think Rinna shouldn't. If it was me and I had all the sauce on me, I'm like, I don't want to wear this thing, you know.
But that was before Colton really went after her, right?
Oh, that's right, huh? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right. So Lisa, this is Lisa's to wear. Yeah.
but
It's so exciting though, isn't it?
It is. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. But will she even bother to go after Colton at this point? Is it too obvious? Or are you like, get him out, and I don't care if it's the sauce is on me, I can say I was framed?
No, it's too early. You can't, because you could always say you're framed, but again, they're gonna all come back and say we need to clear the room,
Clear that theory.
yes, and just like Ron, we have to go after you, Rinna, because something is around and you're the suspect, so we can't move on until the suspect is cleared. So I don't think she goes after Colton. I think she has to leave him alone. And let's think, who can she go after that can like that? It's not going to be like,
it's got to be
super
Johnny.
crazy.
Johnny's the only one who cares about fashion, right? Or like somebody, because who is going to touch that brooch?
Who's going to touch it
without talking about like what you're wearing or some kind of fashion? That's the only thing I could think of. Like that wouldn't be crazy. Like, oh, Johnny, do you like my outfit, or does this match?
Is that the right move though? Is that,
no,
Johnny
did not.
Johnny came out and said we have to get this 8 group of people. So it's got to be one of the 8 though. You have to get one of the 8. We have to break some of that up.
But Johnny wants Colton out, so like maybe you don't want Johnny out because Johnny's going after Colton. Ooh,
it's got to be one that like it's just up in the air. Like there's no reason for this. Like
a Mark.
Kristen, get, you know what I mean? Like it's Mark. It's got to be someone like that to just make everybody say like, why that? Why there? You know, because there's so much sus going on. We have to like shake it up a little bit more again.
Yeah, Rob tells her, don't do someone that voted for you, which again is probably makes sense, because I was like, I wouldn't probably do Natalie, probably not Eric either because he voted for her, but I just think it's gonna be. So it sounds like from the preview is like they're all just like hanging out, and maybe that's when it happens, and then they sit down, and then Alan is like, oh, it already happened.
Yes, it has to be like that, right?
Because otherwise it's too obvious to announce it.
Yeah, it's got to be.
So it also has to be someone Lisa would naturally talk to, I would think. No?
Yeah, because no one's going to touch it if she's not really talking to them much, right? No one's going to. So for me, like, me just being me, I would be like, oh, that's nice. Like, where'd you get that from? Blink, and I'm gone. Like that would be me. That is beautiful. Clink.
Honestly, I loved when Rob told Tiffany, don't kiss anyone, don't hug anyone.
Yes.
It's like true. Don't touch anyone.
Don't touch anybody. He was hiding. Yeah. He was so good.
He
was so good. He shouldn't have gone. Oh, he's too good for the game. Too good.
I know. I think maybe we'll see him back at some point. I think it was.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what goes down in the preview. This is what I'm seeing online. People are like, Tara and Natalie are fighting in the preview. I rewatched it. We hear Kristen say, let them fucking fight it out, because Mark says something. So I feel like it's between Mark and Colton maybe, or something going on. But then we see Tara and Natalie like run from the table. So maybe is it like there's a shield hidden somewhere or something?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Something else is going on. I don't know. It was very quick.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I was also paying attention to who was sitting next to who, just in case it did happen at the table.
I don't think that's going to be a thing, though.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, I can't see that being a, It
would be too obvious.
Yeah.
But Lisa was just sitting next to, another one, Mara. I could see Mara maybe going here, no?
I can see that, yeah.
Also, that would fuck Rob over for Lisa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
If you want to piss Rob off,
That would be good.
That would be good.
That would
Get
be
rid
good.
of Maura.
Yeah. That would be good.
Maura voted for
Who did she vote for? She voted for
Ron.
Did she vote for Ron? Yeah.
But she also seemingly hates Colton a little bit, or like was kind of shading him. So like maybe you don't want to kill her. But if Lisa wanted to poke at Rob,
yeah,
kill his friend.
And
I don't
it's
know.
also poking at the two survivors because I don't know if she said it openly, but she did say, traitors for Jam, and she said something about that. So like, I think that's a good one. Put some more pressure because the word it's got to be that there is a gamer in the turret still. There is a gamer in the turret. So
and a housewife. You got to be thinking that.
You got to be thinking that. You got to be thinking. So for me, I would be thinking it is Dorinda, and as a gamer, I would say Jam.
That's
who I would be looking at.
Do you think Natalie thinks it's Jam at this point? Is just not saying anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think
so.
I mean, but if Natalie, I see her not saying anything. If you think it's a survivor, like, no, I'm not saying anything. I'll hold on to that one, and they'll keep me around. So I'm gonna make sure they stay around as well.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, the only other thing we see in the preview is Mark calls someone paranoid, and I assume he's talking about Colton, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be Jam. Jam's paranoid out there. Oh man,
he's just acting so much more demure, like quieter than I expect. Not quiet. That's not the right word. He's just acting a little different than I expected. Almost, I'm like Colton saying how Lisa is acting different. I feel like Jam.
But there was one time he was crying. What happened?
That's what I mean.
Like, what are we doing? Why? So would you think that crying is overplaying your traitorism, or would you think he's really afraid?
I would be sus on him because I'd be like, this guy won Survivor. Like he's played a more cutthroat game. Like, how is he crying over like not getting a shield? I don't know. It just seemed odd.
Yeah.
To me.
And just be like, that's you're overplaying right now. That ain't it, Jam.
No. What did you think about the gamers sort of not working together this season?
I don't like it, man. I don't like it. It's tough out there. My season 3, it was a big thing talking about the gamers. They always talked about the gamers. You got to get the gamers out. They know everything, blah, 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 blah. So like, I feel like that's going to just continue to go. That's going to be a pattern that continues to keep going every season. So I feel like the gamers got to stick together, at least for a little while. Gamers are good to like, we'll backstab each other. Like,
of course.
That's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. But like Nat said, like, I'm not going after the gamer first round, first night. Like, I'm not doing that. So like, we have to stick together for a little bit until now we can go. Now we can play, after the merge, you know what I mean? After the merge, now it's time to play.
Now all bets off.
Yeah.
I got it. I want to talk a little bit about predictions here. How long do we think Lisa's lasting in this castle?
I don't think long. I say Lisa's gone within the next 2 to 3 roundtables.
Yeah,
so I think she just can't keep the pressure. It's going to be one of those that you have to get this off, just like Ron. You got to get rid of this. Isn't sitting well with any of us, so we have to get rid of her. What do you think?
I think you're right. I don't know if she'll go out the next one. It's either the next one or the one after. I think it's a toss up. But do you think Candace is going to let her go easily?
I don't think easily, but I think that Candace is going to say at some point, I can't do anything. I'm not putting my game up for you. Like I have to get rid of you now. You know what I mean? I think that's self-preservation is everything, and you gotta like you fight for your people as long as you can, and then when you can't fight for them anymore, you gotta get rid of them.
She really impressed me with how she spoke up for Tiffany at the round table because it came off more faithful to me.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. So if she kind of plays it like that, maybe not as dramatic again, but just to say like, this is my friend. I think Candace can play it off a little bit there.
Yeah.
But
and housewife, and you got the housewife thing, and I think she can handle that.
And the other thing is, if you are playing the metagame of like a housewife has to be in the turret, once you give up Lisa, you might be exonerated.
Boom. Yeah. Boom.
No?
Yes. Because no one's thinking there's 2 of them in there. So
no way.
Now you're in the clear. Now you can roll. So like that's why I think that Rob and Candace should really kind of like get together. You two
I
need to
agree.
stick together, and like if she's gone, she's gone. Now we're good. Nobody has any sus on us. We can work though. We can play a zone defense, and you work that side, I'll work this side, and we'll just keep moving on in the game.
Exactly. I think once Lisa leaves, if Rob and Candace lock in and get to the end, I don't think anyone's gonna think Rob's a traitor. I think
No,
that's Candace. Once Lisa's gone, I feel like has a good shot, but unless she's I don't know. I feel like they could both get to the end though. I really
I think
do.
I think Lisa is going to be holding Candace back. I think
Yes.
once she's gone, I think she can move on. When I was so the night that Tony was gone in my season, he was voted out, or he was banished. And I keep on going back to Survivor.
Yeah.
He was banished, and I remember saying, "All right, Tony was good with me. Like me and Tony were really good together, and we throw things back and forth. But now it's time for me. I can play my own game now.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about Tony. Everybody's like, that guy's a survivor, blah, blah, blah. He's gone. They're not looking at me as that, like they looked at Tony. So now I can play my game. It didn't work out, but I think that would be perfect for Candace. Once Rinna's gone, she can play.
Yeah. And Candace is a traitor. Obviously, she can't be murdered. Had you gotten through the murder, you probably wouldn't have been banished, like you're saying. So that
No,
makes
I don't think
sense.
so. I think I'd have
Yeah.
been. I think I'd have been good. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the Faithfuls have I don't know. Do you think they can win this
I
season or
don't
we?
know. They don't have a clue. It's bad. Like not a clue.
Yeah. They honestly don't.
Oh, I mean, the only person that has a clue right now is Colton, and Colton has been wrong the whole time. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
at some point he's gonna be right.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
that's just
worried.
bad.
I want I think the Traitors are probably gonna end up winning. That's my prediction. I don't have spoilers, by the way. But I do worry, like, where does Natalie go out? How does she get out? Does she get
I
banished
I
or
don't.
murdered?
Does she
Or does
get?
she get to the
I don't
end?
see her. I don't see her getting banished. I don't see her getting banished. I think traders use her as long as possible, to get more money into the bank, and then
Mm,
at some point they're gonna be like, "All right, it's time for her to go. We don't need any more."
yeah.
And she's not stupid. So she'll at some point she's gonna be like, "Wait a second, that didn't make sense," because she does ask a lot of questions. At breakfast. Who's it?
Mm,
Lisa Rinna said something, and she just jumped out and say, "Wait, that doesn't seem right. You shouldn't say that as a traitor. I mean, as a
yep.
faithful. You know what I mean?" So she'll catch on to certain things like that, and at some point they're going to be like, "All right, we have to get rid of her." But I
Yeah.
don't see. I see that later. I think she's good for a while.
I agree. I think she's good for a while. I think there's way other bigger fish to fry in front of her. And honestly, she could get to the end and get to the fire. And I just worry that she won't see Rob as a traitor because he
Yeah,
is playing so faithful.
yeah,
Credit
yeah.
credit to him. Um, but yeah, Jeremy, I'm trying to think anything else from the episode that we didn't talk about.
I remember I wrote down. I said I wanted to talk about Ron killing the
The round
the round
table.
table.
Oh yeah, that was great.
I think I don't know. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for the next episode. Like so I was talking to Val, and Val was talking to Nadia, Nat's sister, and
Mm,
uh Nadia said that she's like, "Oh, I'm not really high on this season. Like it's not really exciting right now. And so Val walks in the house, and I say, "You better call Nadia back, because this episode was fire. It was
yep.
so good." I said she's gonna be back into it. Like this is really good. And looking at the next episode, it's gonna be even better. So buckle up. It looks good. It looks a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
No, I think this like reinvigorated me because I think that like you said, I like listen, I'm not saying it was bad before. I just think it was kind of like, all right, like,
Yeah.
fine.
Oh
But
hum. Yeah.
this had me on the edge. That round table was fun. There was just so
Yeah.
much tension.
This was the
Oh,
first time that I actually stood up. So my season, like I knew what was going on, but I'm at home standing up in front of the TV. And last night
pacing.
was yes, like heart racing, like I'm there. I'm like, why am I relax, Jeremy? You know what I mean? But last night I was standing up, and I was like, this is the first time all season that I was like in it. Like, oh, this is really good.
Yep.
So I'm
Yep.
excited. I'm excited. This is gonna be fun.
Me too. Jeremy, would you ever play the Traitors again if they call?
I'm kind of done with reality TV. You know, like
Don't
I
say
mean,
that.
I'm kind of done. Like, but yo, Traitors is so fun. I would play Traitors again in a heartbeat. Like I had such a good time.
Hmm.
I never like to be away from the fam. You know, I like to. This is what I do. Like
Yeah, yeah.
my crew. You know, I like to be here all
You're a
the time.
family guy.
Yeah, I don't even like to work. You know what I mean? Like
Who does?
it's true. But 100% I would do trades. Like I got called to do a show and it was like a 3-day thing. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to do
3
it.
days.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And but Traders, I'm like, I would do it. Traders is so much fun. I had such a good time, such a great experience. Yeah. And I feel like I said earlier, I kind of want to do everything in each show. You know, I
Yeah.
want to have like I want to see everything of in each show, and I didn't get to see everything. So I would love to get back in there. And you know
That's
me, like
true.
my second chance is always better than my first one. You know
Yeah, there you
that.
go. We do know that, Jeremy. Look, and honestly, what you went out pre-merge and Survivor too, came back, underestimated.
um, Wrong. I always make the merge.
Did you?
Come
Oh,
on,
I'm
I
thinking about
always make the merge,
I'm thinking
Sharon.
about Wentworth. Sorry, Wentworth. I was thinking about Wentworth.
I
You did
always
make the
make the
merge.
merge. Oh, that's one
You
thing
did
I'm
make the
doing.
merge.
I'm making the merge.
But wait, you were you on the jury in San Juan del Sur?
Yeah, yeah. I was. I was
Fuck. I
second. I
need
was
to
second.
rewatch that season. It's
Yeah.
Natalie's my favorite winner. No offense. But so I remember that season so vividly, and I'm trying to remember. You were
So
on the jury when she was like,
yeah,
Jacqueline, do you vote for oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah. So Josh was the first jury member, and I went right after
Yes.
Josh.
Okay. We didn't
Yeah.
see your reaction. I just remember John's reaction
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
the other
yeah.
guys.
Look
It
at you
was
remember that, huh?
oh,
Yeah.
I fucking love that season. I mean, Cambodia is actually a top 5 season for sure for me. I think I love that season, your season.
That's my favorite. I don't
It's,
know.
I mean, obviously. Speaking of Survivor, 50's coming up. It's getting
Hmm.
a lot of, I think it's like mixed reactions. Obviously, people are like, oh, this, the cast that. Are
Yeah,
you excited? Will you be watching anyway? Or what do you
I
think?
am. I am very excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's a lot of build up, but
Yeah.
I mean, like everybody has things to say about the cast. Like I don't think anyone's ever going to be
Every
satisfied.
returning season, they
Yeah,
complain about something. So,
yeah. But yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait. I want to see like I'm just like Survivor's that's my first love. You know what I mean? So like I would
mhm.
love I just I can't wait. It's they're really blowing it up too. It's wild how big it's getting. I'm getting people like that don't even pay attention to reality TV at work and they're talking
Wow.
about it. Yeah. I talked to Probst the other day. I hit him up and I'm like, yo, I'm getting so many people are talking about it. I think it's gonna be huge. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, that's good to hear, you know. And I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I would love to have you on the podcast to talk about it if you're
Of
down, so let
course,
me
I'm
know.
down. Of
Yeah,
course, of
okay,
course.
alright.
Yeah.
Do you have any friends on the cast? Anyone specifically you're rooting for? Or you just
Um, I don't know. I mean, this. I, I, I don't know. Everybody like.
everybody?
I just want to see a good game. I
You're
just want to
so
see a
nice.
good game.
Oh my god. Well, Jeremy, thank you again for joining me. This was so fun.
This
You
was
know,
cool.
for the listeners, please like and subscribe. I will be talking to Ron on Monday, so we'll see what he
Oh,
has to
tell
say.
him I said, please, if you would, please tell him that I thought he did a great job. He
Yeah.
he didn't deserve to go home. I I'm a big fan of him just from one episode right there. Boom, I'm a big fan. He did awesome. I love his work in the game, and I'm sad to see him go.